Welcome back to my channel, Chillin with Yvonne. Yours truly, Yvonne. In today's video, we are going to talk about changing your attitude. Because if you are looking to make a big change in your life, if you're feeling stuck, there's a good chance that there is a problem with your attitude, okay? Which affects your mindset. And our focus today is changing that attitude to gratitude. Yes, it sounds a bit cheesy, but it's very true. And so that is what we are going to talk about today. We are going to finish with a gratitude meditation and a couple affirmations. So if you'd like to skip all of my blah, blah, blahing and go straight to the meditation, I'll put down in the description when the meditation starts, and you can just straight to that point. Okay? Okay. So we are talking about, again, changing our attitude to gratitude. I'm going to start by sharing my main tool that has helped me shift my attitude to gratitude. I'll try not to say that a million times during this video. A couple years ago, I started praying every night. It didn't start off as every night, but now I pretty much do it every night. Now I can tell you when I have had my hiccups too. And just a little bit of background with me and prayer in general. I grew up Catholic. So I did pray, but I never was like one of those people that prayed every night. I do remember growing up with my grandma at nighttime, she would always pray. She would either do the rosary, which, if you're not familiar, is a string of beads where you have certain prayers that you say that go along with each bead. Which there are also mala beads. There are Buddhists use a style of prayer beads as well. It's kind of a it's kind of a great way actually to get into a meditative state. And we'll talk about that in another video as well because I love my mala beads. But yes, I can remember my grandma. She would say the rosary at night, and I was always like kind of fascinated, and I would fall asleep to her because she would be like, with the rosemary, repeating her Our Fathers and Hail Marys and all of that. If you're Catholic, you know what I mean. And other prayers that are very common, that when we think of prayer, especially in a Christian sense, we think of praying like, especially as a kid, like, oh, please bless my family, or I'd really like to ace my exam tomorrow. Just like thinking of things that we want to happen. We ask God, can you please, which is definitely a form of prayer, but I feel that that's praying, asking for something, right? So that is my background with prayer. And then throughout the rest of my adulthood, I never prayed again. I stopped being a practicing Catholic, like probably when I was like 17. And I wasn't super hardcore Catholic for that long either. Anyways, so I never really prayed at all. So a few years ago, when I started praying again, my prayer was completely different. It turned into, I wanted to give thanks for everything I experienced in that day. And I remember when I started these prayers, I just finished my second yoga training. I was living on this little island right offside of Bali. And I was pretty broke. Like, this was right before COVID. I spent my money on the training. But then I got a job with the studio that I was training with, and I got really lucky. One of the teachers that trained me was leaving for Canada, and she's like, "Can you stay in my apartment for free?" It was a really small, very modest space, but I got to stay there for free, and I got to teach at the studio. So luckily, like, I had just enough. I had everything I needed in that moment. I had just enough money to get by. But I was also kind of living a really sweet life. I was teaching yoga, surfing. It was rainy season, so whatever. But anyways, that's when I decided to implement this practice. And prefaced with all of that because I didn't have a lot. I wasn't like, like balling. I wasn't dating. I actually didn't have any friends on the island at that time. I was like living a super like, solo solitude lifestyle. And it was a bit emotional at certain times as well. It was like the first time in a long time I felt quite homesick. But I managed to do this prayer as often as I could at nighttime. And it's still quite the same, honestly. But I remember before I was very specific where I'd be like, thank you so much for the sunshine. Thank you for the waves that I caught, even if they weren't, the best waves. Thank you for all the cool students that I had today. They were so nice. I would say thank you for all the meals that I had. Thank you for the farmers that farm the veggies and the hands that prepare the food. Like, I was quite, again, specific on all of the people that contributed to my day being great, to the point that I could cuddle up in my bed and be alive and healthy and satiated, my belly satiated, and I had the energy and the capacity to say this prayer of gratitude. So when I started doing it right away, I would get super choked up. I would get emotional. Uh, just again, like from the gratitude that I felt in my heart, like how lucky am I with the little that I do have, to live such a sweet life. And like I said, I was broke, no friends at that time. Not that I didn't have friends in general, but where I was at, I was by myself. Luckily, I wasn't lonely, but that's a whole different topic too. So yeah, that was my prayer of gratitude, and I've been doing it ever since. So that's been about almost 5 years that I've done this nightly prayer, and trust me, in these past 5 years, I've gone through some challenging moments in my life, uh, but there was always something to be thankful for, and I never care if give thanks for the same things every night. Since I got my cat Yari, I say thanks and gratitude for Yari, whether it be like thank you for my furry cat for her companionship, like silly stuff. I say silly stuff, and it depends, whoever you are speaking to. Um, and I think I've mentioned this before in one of my other videos, but whether you pray to God, to any other higher power, to creator, to the universe, to nature, to the energy around you, or if you don't believe in any of that, what I always say is that there is the energy in you, right? The energy that exists right inside your heart. It's your heart is beating. There is life inside you. That is something that we all can agree on because you're breathing. That life inside you, you can thank that. You can thank that magic, that whatever you want to call that, that's inside of you. You can pray to that. That is definitely one of the many things that you can pray to. And during the meditation, I will kind of give an example of how I start my prayer with who I say thanks to and all of that. So yes, so that is the habit that has really helped me change my attitude. That even with the challenges that I face every day, that I still have so much to give thanks to at the end of the day. Okay. And even when I have those hard moments, those challenges, I thank those moments as well, because those moments are what are the things that are going to make us more strong, resilient. Okay, they're going to teach us the lessons we need to learn in order to face future challenges, right? So even though in this moment it may be hard to see the lesson or the benefit that this particular challenge is going to have for you in the future, still be grateful for it, because it has been put in on your path for a reason. Again, most likely because there's something you're going to face in the future, or there might be something that someone else has to face in the future, and you are the person who's going to be there to help them. Just like right now, everything that I've experienced in my past has made me the person I am today, so I can be there for you, right? So that I can share my experience and any knowledge or wisdom that I've attained with all of you. And that's important for me. That again is my purpose in life, is to be a positive influence in this world in some way or another. Yes. So, prayer of gratitude. And taking a look at my notes. Yes, good and bad. And our beliefs that we have can really change our overall attitude. My friend and I earlier were talking about how important, attitude is. That she shared the quote with me from Gandhi. I hope I don't butcher it, but it's something along the lines of your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions, and your actions become your reality. No, wait, I'm forgetting the last part. You know what? I'll put it here somewhere, okay? But basically, it's just a what's the effect? Whatever, you know what I'm talking about. So starting with your beliefs again, when these good things happen to you, when these bad things happen to you, if you believe that the world is against you, the world will be against you going moving forward, okay? But if you believe that this was put on my path because it's preparing me for something in the future, you will be more prepared for what's going to happen in the future. So it's all about your mindset when you are experiencing whatever life has to throw at you. You can look at hardships as a victim, like these are the cards that I've been dealt, and this, this is my reality. Then, yeah, that will be your reality. Your reality will not change. You will continue to suffer. You will continue to lose at this game if that is how you if that's how you frame your mindset during these moments. So it's important to believe that first, which I talk about all the time, you have to believe in your purpose, right? First of all, you have to find your purpose, and that's another video. Whatever your purpose is, if you believe so strongly in that purpose, when things happen to you that don't align with that purpose or seem to push you further away from your purpose or whatever it is, again, you can believe that that your purpose is not your purpose, which means that, hold on, let's rewind. It's important to believe in yourself and your strength, your power, because we are more powerful than we usually give ourselves credit for. And it it doesn't mean that you need to be there's this like fake it till you make it, which there's a little bit of truth in that, but you do have to believe it. You might have to say it a bunch of times, and it might be a little difficult to believe, but there's still, you do have to believe in the power and strength of your determination, of your purpose, whatever that may be. Because it's true. I mean, I'm telling you right now, you are literally way more powerful than you give yourself credit for. You're way stronger than you give yourself credit for. You have way more energy in your body than you think. You have so much more capacity for patience, kindness, love than you think. Like, trust me. I don't even know you personally, and I know for a fact that that is true. And so you need to believe that. And whenever you experience something that will challenge that belief, you need to remind yourself that I am powerful enough to overcome this. Yes, today was difficult. Yes, what happened to me sucked. But you know what? Tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow is going, and I'm grateful that I'm going to bed right now, cozy and rested, that I'm still here, that I still have this, this, and this, that I still have my courage, my strength, I have my power, I have whatever it is, I have uh, cozy pajamas. I don't know, but there's something that you can be grateful for, and the more that you count those blessings and those gifts that you have, the more you will see them in your life. Um, I think someone else shared a post where it was like glimmers. Once you start to recognize these glimmers of joy, of hope, of blessings in your life, the more they appear, the more you notice them. And what a beautiful concept, right? Like for me, this is, I don't know, maybe like 15 years. I started bird watching a bit more. And then the more I started noticing birds, the more I see them everywhere. And then now I can't not see them. And then, like I'm talking to someone and I see birds in the background, and then almost stop listening to them for a second because that's how mesmerized I am by them. Um, so train yourself. It is training, right? It takes time to build, healthy habits. Uh, but start, you know, I think the best thing to start is 3 things a day that you're grateful for. And again, they can be super simple. Simple. They can be super simple. I'm grateful for that fresh OJ I had this morning. I am grateful for that person on the subway that smiled at me. I'm grateful for the DoorDash delivery driver. Actually, yeah, I get driven around like by Asia's Uber service, and I say gratitude. I give them thanks all the time that they got me. Thank you for all my Gojek drivers that got me to and from safely. All of that stuff, because there are so many different factors that uh, build to make your day amazing, and it's important that we recognize all of those things. Um, And I know that whenever I give my, 2 cents and my tips and my, offers of advice from my experience, blah, 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 um, it always sounds a bit simple and easy at first. It is simple, by the way. But it might not be that easy at the beginning, especially if you are experiencing challenging times and, difficult moments. So be gentle with yourself, be patient with yourself always, right? There's no, forcing these kind of things. But again, if you start small, it will become easier because you'll start to see the benefits that it has. And I hope you do. And then, yeah, yeah, cool. So let's get into a little meditation. I'm just going to get a little bit more cozy. All right, everyone. When you're ready, get into a seated position. Sit up nice and tall. Feel free to sit on a cushion to elevate your hips. If your knees are uncomfortable, feel free to rest your hands in your lap or on your knees, palms face up, to just bring yourself into more of a receiving position. And then sit up nice and tall. And let's start by just bringing our awareness to our surroundings. listening to any sounds you hear. You hear my voice, maybe some soft music. You might hear some of the birds outside in the background. Maybe you have a fan on. Maybe there are people outside or cars. Just taking notice of the noises, the sounds, these signs of life and movement that are happening around you. Just a little reminder that the world will continue moving, buzzing and humming with life and action while you take this beautiful moment to yourself to find calm, to find stillness, to find peace. And then bring your awareness a bit closer to your body. Again, sitting up nice and tall with an inhale. And as you exhale, just letting your shoulders relax a little bit, relaxing your jaw, relaxing the muscles in your face, around your eyes and your forehead. Using your inhales to fill up your lungs and expand the chest. Your exhales to relax into your seat, feeling grounded into the floor. Now let your breath flow nice and smoothly, natural rhythm. Great. We're going to take this next moment to bring our hands together to heart center or wherever is more comfortable for you. And just take a moment while you breathe to feel the warmth between your hands. Good. Now I want you to imagine, to visualize yourself sitting outside, anywhere outside. It could be in a garden, in a park, on the beach, or in the forest. Somewhere that you know brings you peace, brings you a little bit of joy. And I want you to imagine as you're sitting there, you are sitting in the same exact position that you are sitting now. The weather is cool and mild. It's not too hot and not too cold. You feel a gentle breeze on your skin, along the sides of your neck. And as you feel this warmth in between your hands, you also feel just a tiny bit of warmth on the side of your face. The sun is shining just a little bit, hitting the sides of your face. Beautiful rays of warmth touching your skin. Little glimmers through your eyelids. And this feeling of warmth on your skin makes you feel kind of cozy. It almost makes you feel like you are being embraced by the sun rays. helping you feel even more calm and relaxed. Taking a moment to feel gratitude for the warmth of the sun, feeling gratitude for this moment of stillness and quiet. And then while we are sitting and just enjoying this warmth, I want you to very slowly and gently bring a small smile to your face. Finding a moment of gratitude for the ability to slow down, to take just a few minutes to yourself to find this peace, to find this calm. Take a moment to give thanks to whatever higher power you'd like to give thanks to. I give thanks to the universe, nature, my ancestors, the good spirits of this land, God, my guardians, my angels, my guides and my protectors, my mother and Mama Bali. Thank you for this moment of clarity, of connection, of stillness. I am grateful for this opportunity to share, to speak your divine truth, to guide and to witness. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Feel free to release your hands from prayer. Take a couple more breaths. Feel free to stay here in silence and rest a little bit more. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you were able to take something away from today's video. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, and thanks again. Till next time. Peace.